Listen, December 13, 2022. How are you doing today, my man? Mr. B, I hope you saw my mail opening video, Morning Cartoons and Brody, uh, with the Headless Horseman on it. It finally came in. Glad you're here. And thank you for bringing me along with you this morning on your adventures, wherever that may be. Yeah, we're not going to thank you for tuning in here this morning. We are going to thank you for bringing us with you along with your day, wherever you are, whether you're at the coffee pot or whatever it is you're doing, on your way to work, doing some stuff, doing some laundry. Who knows? But we're thankful that you have chosen the bro to join you along your adventures this morning. Richie Dubs is in the house. The man, nobody is too cool for Richie Dubs. I'll tell you that much. Richie Dubs, we appreciate you tuning in on the channel as always. Number one fan of Magic the Gathering, Richie Dubs. Hanging out with us this morning, December 13th. This is Brody. We're going to have some Magic stocks, some Magic talks. Can we do some Magic walks? I don't know. We'll try. But we're going to have a sip of coffee. Yes. We've got things working. I'm glad you could check it out. Things are happening. We got the Twids. Ah, yes. The chat is chatting. Things are happening. We'll have a little sip of coffee. How about you? Let's get a little sip of coffee here this morning. Oh, that's going to be good. I'm just a beast. Dubs is a beast. All right. We're going to hit the stock desk. But first, welcome, folks. It's been a spell. Benson, if you did have a chance to check out the video uh, I made, put it up on the weekend. That's the one with the Headless Horseman. Finally came in the mail, so that's pretty great. I'm super stoked to bring you folks a video today. We changed things up just a little bit. We got some new Stream Deck running, the comment section. Let's see if we can get that working. Let's roll through. Oh, what we got here? Stocks. Yes. We'll do some stocks. Mattel stock, eh? We're interested in Mattel stock. Anybody? Foil borderless. Mattel stock. Mattel stock. Nah. Let me see that Hasbro stock. Maybe that's probably where we left off yesterday. Just got to reposition myself. And I got something new for you folks, too. For everybody tuning in, checking it out. Appreciate the chat. Let's get the chat up on the screen. Like to see it. Mattel stock? Nah. Let's look at that Hasbro stock. We want to check out that Hasbro stock here this morning. Maybe I should use a mouse. Might help. I don't know. Trackpad working good. Ha ha! Hasbro has been. Richie Dubs. Uh, giving us a couple of chuckles this morning. I love it. It's great to see you in the chat. Let's check it out. Head on over. Let's go back. Hasbro, not Mattel stock. Somebody asked me to check out a comparable there yesterday. Mattel stock. That's the closest we could find. Ooh, it's up a nickel. Up 50 cent. It's up a couple of shillings here this morning. The Hasbro stock. All right, well, I don't know. What can I say? Let's just take another look at it. One day chart here, just sort of going this way. Like my yellow color? Do you like reading these charts? Does this mean anything to you? Do you check them every day? Do you even care? Do you check them every day but have nobody to talk to about magic charts? Well, let me check them for you. On the 1 month, we got some ups and downs here, like this. Little up and down action in the 1 month for this Hasbro stock. Let's check it out in the year. Oh, that's a chart. Heading down. Which way does it go from here? Butler says, Richie, gonna post an ad in a little bit. Bounty up to 54 collector packs now. Ooh, we should mod you guys. Twiddler, how do I give you guys wrenches? That's the next step. Gotta give people wrenches. How do I give people wrenches? Let's see here. People need wrenches. It's a fact. We'd have to add moderators. Well, let's start the show. We're ready to go, you know? Glad you folks are joining us. It's December the 13th. I know it's getting a little bit closer to Christmas time. We'll be sitting by the fire anytime soon. Be relaxing with friends and family members. Hope you've got your Christmas shopping just about started. Brody hasn't even started his Christmas shopping. I don't know what we're gonna do. I get in a little bit of a pinch. We took a look at this article yesterday, Big Things Magic 30. Let's see if they got anything new over at the news desk here today. Maybe, maybe not. I like it when they have something new for us. Come on. 10 big things about Magic 30. Yes, a little recap then for you folks. Harvey McGinnis had this article up. Took a look at it yesterday. Just gonna have a little sip of coffee. Earl's in the house. 3 dots next to the name in chat. Let's check it out. Let's try it. Let's mod up. 3 dots. I've got to find me 3 dots. Should be on the right here. Oh no, now I've done it. I break it. Brody broke it. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can wrench anybody up here in the chat. 3 dots. Hide user. Report. Remove. Go to channel. Really strange. Maybe they're add moderator. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's wrench up some folks here this morning. Thanks for joining us. We got Twiddler in the house. There we go. Ha ha. All right, now we're rocking. We got some moderators. I gotta see if the chat blows up a little bit more. We're getting off to a good start here. Chat's working, wrench is going, wrench is flying, things are looking up. There's got to be a way to automate that, but that's pretty cool. I hope you guys are ready to take a look at the movers and the shakers list. I'm going to go over to the fish pool, the fish pond, the fish pit, the fish people to see this list that we love so much. All right, movers and the shakers here this morning. Any takers for the movers and the shakers list? Like anybody want to try? Let me go. Give me a. Let's vote on it. I guess we want to do the all legacy list here this morning. Modern, legacy, modern. What do we want to do? Let's see if I can bring the chat up. What do we? Well, I'm going to do a poll here. Morning, Michael Superbacker, hanging out. Nice to see you. Thanks for taking me along with you on your day here, folks. Let's see if I can pop out that chat. Cool. I'm having a little sip of coffee. While things are going good, I might have to refill this little baby before we run this list. What do we want to do here this morning? We want to do the legacy list, or do we want to run the modern list? It's up to you, folks. Let me know. Dubs. Not big on the idea of caging people up, but that guy sucks. I guess so. Oh, what's this here? A little lotus. Right now we're sit on standard with Sholdred at the top of the on the top of the list. Luxman calling for the head of the CEO. You know, it's bad if it happens because that guy stays positive 99% of the time. Off with his head. Here's one for you. Whose head do we want to see on a shirt next, right? I got my dual brain shirt on, and we got some heads on Pikes. Folks, it just doesn't get any better time than that. All right. That's funny. Morning, folks. December 13th, 2022. We're going to run this list. What do you guys want to see? You want to see the modern list, all list, legacy list? Let's check it out. Anything on the... Let's start with the all list here. Mountain back on the top of the list again. I don't understand why Mountain keeps making its way on there. What is this mountain? What's up with this mountain right here? This guy. So maybe we'll take a look at that. Got Mountain. I don't know why. Maybe we got a Mirror Universe. We could take a look at that one. That's an interesting card. Eureka. And Living Plane. Interesting. Speaking of turning lands into creatures, for some reason that keeps coming up. And I don't know why. Like the turning lands into creatures and then blowing them up. Pioneer! Benson says Pioneer. You want to do Pioneer? Is there a Pioneer list? Yeah, there is a Pioneer list. We could do it. If we wanted to, we could do it. Benson says, Benson's calling for Pioneer. Why not? Let's see what's on that list there. All right, we haven't done a Pioneer list yet. Who's up for it? Boom, Pioneer. Let's go. Pioneer it is. You win. All right, Terror of the Peaks, all the way at the top of Richie Dubs is rich. He has loads of basic mountains. I like it. So we got Basic Mountain, the Great Henju. That's a card. Whoa, henging our bets. That's a heck of a card. Terror of the Peaks. Let's go down the list. Why not? Like, this seems interesting. Let's go. Pioneer. Good call. Good call. This terror of the frickin' peaks, though, man. This thing, $34 to get this baby into your collection. This thing was a kind of a bomb in standard, wasn't it? 2 red and 3 for this sucker. A dragon 5/4. Spells your opponent's cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life to cast. Sort of like a ward, right? You gotta pay life to target it. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Wow. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. Like they used to word cards a little different. They would say, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under Terror of the Peaks owner's control, right? Now it just says under your control. All right. So what happens if you lose control of it? I guess it's the guy who controls it. Mythic rare, flying dragons, got to be in like Commander, right? Let's see here. Which deck we want to take a look at? Choices. We can look. We got the Dragon, Kali the Vast, Miriam Sentinel Worm, Tiamat. I never really looked at too many Tiamat. We got Tiamat, Magda, Xenagos, Lathless. That Lathless is a pretty cool card. Or Rido's Lord of the Riots. I'm gonna go with popular deck is the Dragon. That's the most popular one. Should we look at the most Let's look at the most popular one. That's the first one. Okay, let's check it out. Played with the Dragon in Dragon in Commander with this guy here. Dun dun. The Dragon. 10/10. This card is 10 out of 10. A white, a blue, a black, a red, and a green. As long as the Dragon is in your something, as long as he's somewhere, things happen. No, this card's 10 out of 10. As long as the Dragon is in the command zone or on the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast cost 1 less. So he's like the rebate dragon, the Lord avatar. Whenever you cast one or more dragons you control, whenever one or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards. Then you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Just straight up put a permanent. Street. I'd play the ish out of Terror in Pioneer. Seems gruel, man. Richie Dubs. Yeah, like you like it, hey? The Terror a la Peaks. Friggin' Terror of the Peaks. All right. Terror of the Peaks coming in at the top of the list this week. In the Pioneer section. Who's shopping in the Frozen Pioneer section, right? Morning, folks. It's I started playing a Henge deck and now it's going up. I'm not saying, just saying. The Great Henge is good, man. I opened a couple of them, didn't realize how great it was, and then it just kept going up. Alpha, beta, Euro Mountain, yeah. Just looking back at the chat here, folks. I think it is a Euro Mountain. Some silly. What was that mountain? People want to know what this mountain is. Like, what is it? It's a guru land. It's a guru land, Earl. It's guru, I guess. These are like the amazing ones, I guess. Something totally epic with this art, right? Are they that great? Are they super fantastic? Is this the best land ever? Is this the best mountain you've ever seen? Well, it could very well be, but it's just, I don't know. It's just another mountain to me. All right. Pioneer it is. A couple of pioneers we are here. Is that DJ Longhair I see? Doss my eyes deceive me. Morning, DJ. Good to have you with us, fella. Nice to see you here this morning. I'm trying to do some sort of trying to rock some sort of moderator. Doing some modding today. I'm handing out wrenches. It's pretty cool. Boom, boom. You get a wrench. Good to have you with us. Thank you, or rather, thank you for bringing us on your adventures here this morning. We are running the Pioneer list. We're pioneering our way on this December 13th. I'm going to warm up my coffee here. I'm going to be with you just past the hour this morning, folks. Thanks for taking me along your adventures, wherever you are, wherever you've got Brody. If you've got Brody in your pocket, if you've got Brody on the dashboard, if you've got Brody in the console, if you've got Brody, wherever you've got me, thanks for bringing me along with you this morning on your adventures. We're going to pioneer our way along with this great henge. This thing's up a little bit, hey? It has been moving. Man, it's Canadian, eh? That this great henge. There's new due to boot it. This $64.31 Eldraine card. It's made a few waves, Like, I do like to take a look at when I want to take a look at this here. This is what I want to look at. Let me just have a look at this full. What other versions do we have here? Give me a second. I gotta have a little sip of coffee. I really do. I broke the henge. Just got an 800. DJ says he just got an 800 count 12 box organizer tower thingy. Friggin' sweet, man. Hope to check that out. You just got a wrench to go with it. Very cool. So I like this. Check out this full art. If you happen to pull this baby here, this is probably the one we want to look at. Let's look at this one. The full art extended foil $258 goodness that you can get from the collector packs. The first ones, the collector packs, right? These things were awesome. So, this thing is 2 green and 7. It's a legendary artifact. It's huge, right? How are you casting this thing? Okay, well, don't worry about it because it costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. What? It costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So, what's the biggest thing you got? I like this with dinos. If you had a 4/4, this reduced it by 4. It's pretty good. Okay, what's it got on it? So you got a 5/5, then it drops that down to 2 green and 2, right? It's pretty good. It's not too pretty bad. This baby's $300. 300, just about, is creeping up on it. Tap it for 2 green and gain 2 life. Tap it for 2 green, gain 2 life, just like that. And then whenever, I like this part on it. This just happens all the time. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, meaning you cast it from your hand or it's like a card, right? Non-token. Put a 1/1 counter on it and draw a card. What? Just draw the card. Just straight up draw it. That's pretty sweet. All kinds of, so many upsides on this great henge. I love it. I was super lucky I did open one of these. I did. One went to the buy list. One I held on to. Held on to the extended. So that was pretty great. And then just the basic. So let's see here. Let's DJ's got some new card organizing tower. Sounds pretty cool. What decks are using this? Let's take a look. Decks using the Great Henge Commander decks. Gotta be. Okay, what do we want to look at? We got choices. The Dragon again. We just looked at this deck, the Dragon, didn't we? Yeah, we just looked at it in the last card with the dragony boy. Hey, Dual Brains in the house. How you doing, buddy? Nice wrench you have this morning. It's Tuesday, which means I got my Dual Brain shirt on. Right? That's right. Morning, folks. Thank you for taking me with you on your adventures here today on December 13th. Wherever you may go, be safe and safe adventures. Gishath. So what do we got? We looked at the Dragon. Now we got Gishath, Joda the Unifier, Animar, Soul of Elements, Overhide. How do you say that? Tazako Torneo. Overhide Tazako Torneo. All right. Nykthos Ramp, Alti Pelani, Nest Tender. This is a Pioneer. Here, since we're doing Pioneer, let's check out the Nykthos Ramp, right? Right? Unless we want to do something else, we can do the... Let's check out Nykthos Ramp. We're doing the Pioneer list this morning. We're pioneering our way. Mono Green Devotion. The devotion to you folks. Thank you. My overflowing devotional gratitude to the viewers for tuning in this morning. Checking out this Mono Green Devotion deck. First place, 10-2 in Pioneer. Wow, some excitement here today on the list. We got Suhei Nakamura, Elvish Mystic, Mana Dorks, Dorks, and more Dorks. We got all the Mana Dorks here. Llanowar Elves, Elvish Mystic, Old Growth Troll. What's this boy? What is this card? Trample, 4/4, 3 green. Hey, 3 green for a 4/4 Troll Warrior. That's not too bad. What's this deck that went 10-2 in Pioneer? When Old Growth Troll dies, if it was a creature, return to the battlefield. It's an aura enchantment with Enchant Forest you control, and Enchanted Forest has tap for a green and add double green. And a green and tap, sack this land, create a tap 4/4 green troll warrior creature with trample. That is an interesting card. It's got recursion on it, comes back as an enchantment that adds... It comes back as an enchantment that enchants your lands, that makes them tap for double, or I guess that land can bin itself to become a 4/4 trampoly boy, a trolley boy. Great Henge, really good. Giant, time for reprint. I mean, right, Coach? Old Growth Mana Dorks. I like it. And of course, Emrakul. Cavalier of Thorns. It's another one of these Cavaliers, hey? 5/6, this one with reach. Whew. When she enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5. Put a land from among them onto the battlefield and the rest onto the rest into your graveyard. This is like just a straight up ramp deck in Pioneer, like the rampiest of decks. Planeswalkers, there's a bunch of them too. Kiora, the Behemoth Reckoner. It's the this is the uncommon Kiora. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card and -1 to untap her. So she just ramps too. Yeah, so you draw, right? She's a planeswalker that says she says tap for green. That's what her -1 is, basically. If you control Llanowar elves, tap for green. So there's that. Karn the Great Creator, of course. What are we going to get? Going to get stuff from the sideboard. Okay, you've got the Karn Wish. What are we doing here? We got Karn. Okay, and Teferi who slows the sun. Teferi who slows the sun. Nicol Bolas. Big Nicky. Storm the festival. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Flashback 10? Look at the top 5. Put up to 2 permanent cards with value 5 or less. Storm the Festival. This is insane. 6 mana. You can cast it again for 10. Oath of Nissa, the enchantment that gets lands, isn't it? You make spend mana as though it were any color to cast planeswalkers. Okay. And then the the Wolf Willow Haven. You get the Wolfy boys. Enchant land whenever it's tapped, its controller adds an additional green. So this is like, the wild growth. This is what we get now for 2 mana. Instead of wild growth, we get the Wolf Willow Haven. Wolfy boys. These are cute tokens. All right. Anyone sick of broken Portal to Phyrexia deck on Arena? Okay, let's see. Portal to Phyrexia deck? Let's check it out. Let's see this. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures at the beginning of your. This seems like already like as. Excuse me, but as shizzy as the friggin' Agent of Treachery deck. So it comes into play. Each opponent sacks 3. At the beginning of your you put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It's a Phyrexian. It's just anything, right? So you're blinking this. What are they putting this into play? Gross. Just sack 3 things, blink it, and do it again, and then take stuff and put it into the battlefield as a Phyrexian. That's $23. It's got to be a deck list here. Nykthos Ramp. Is that where that's played? We got this thing here. Portal to Phyrexia. I guess you could even do that, right? Like, geez. So what are we ramping out? That's kind of what I want to know. What are the big things? We want to ramp out the Nicol Bolas? We want to go to the sideboard and grab what? What are we getting? The Stone Brain? The Hearse? Pestilence Cauldron? Like, what's the big, like, the Sky Ship? I guess you go get Sky Ship beside you. I don't know. It seems pretty good. Maybe the Cavalier and the Old Growth Troll beats are enough to get you there. Probably, right? Just ramp these boys out. All right. There's nothing extraordinarily large. There's like no 9 manas. There's no 11 mana. I guess we're used to seeing like these 11 mana or 9 mana Ugin decks and stuff. Like, it's not an Ugin deck, so okay, can't be that bad. When did it become okay to basically put Tinker in standard? Benson says it's modern playable. Benson's tell us they put it into play on turn 3 to 5, basically as bad as a meat hook. Yes. Interest. The toolbox itself is a big hit for Karn. Just like, where are we here? Darksteel Citadel, Tormod's Crypt. Hey, yeah, just the toolbox, right? The fact you can go get any of this stuff. Even though I guess the cities, they're playing Cityscape Leveler, right? So yeah, you get access to this whole toolbox of cards, right? It's 15 cards, and there's like all one ofs except for the Skyship Sovereign Console flagship. Sky Sovereign Console flagship. It's cool. It enters the battlefield. It deals 3, right? To a creature or planeswalker. Can finish stuff off. It's pretty good that way. I like it. All right. So that's where we're seeing it. Mono Green Devotion, the Great Henge. Yes. Is it? Did we see it on the list? Where's the Henge? They're lying. I guess you could play it in the Henge. Artifacts. Spells. I didn't see the Henge on this list. There's versions of it that play the Henge. There must be versions of it. Not this version. No way, no how. Let's run the list a little farther here. We're going to have another sip of coffee. Great Henge. Conspicuous Scoop. Snoop? Conspicuous Snoop. Snoop Dogg. Conspicuous Snoopy. Shape Anew? I don't know. Shape Anew would be good. Shape Anew. Leveler is busted. I believe so. It's on Mitgo too, hey? Conspicuous Snoop. Let's check that card. Oh, a red card. Conspicuous Snoop, the Goblin. Core set, $4.94. Goblin Rogue. Goblin Rogues? 100 copies under $2. You got 100 copies of the Goblin Rogue? The Snoopy Boy. Let's see this little guy. Goblin Rogue, $4 or $5 here for this one, right? Play with it. Oh, cool. Play with the top card of your library revealed. How about that? That's always fun, right? There's a card that lets you do it. The Conspicuous Snoop. You can do it in Pioneer. You may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. What? This is like already seeming good enough for Legacy Goblins. Don't say it, Brody. Don't say it. And there's more text on it. As long as the top card of your library is a goblin, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. How nifty. This rogue is pretty cool. M21. Look at the price on this little boy, eh? Neaters. Yeah, like play it in goblins. Like, whew. So he's going like this way, and then we're like up. This is like a pretty healthy little card. You know what's funny? Like, I like this card. It's got tribal to it. It's probably just gonna roll along. Like, I mean, maybe it'll lose a little bit, but I can't see that happening. You know what's funny though? I'm just gonna like digress for a second here. Let's check something out. Because like the other day we were looking at. Well, let's just discuss this. The other day we were looking at like the cards, the cheap pickups list, right? Yesterday, and like a lot of those cards have only been out for 6 months, right? So like I know they're cheap pickups, but like think of this. They're only been out for 6 months, like at $4 or $5 or $6. Like that's quite a bit for a card that's still in standard. This card's been out for like, you know, July, August, September, October, November, December. 6 months. Or it's been no longer than that. Since M21, right? So like, holy smokes, look at this little guy go. He's been out 2 years, right? It was how did I not know about this card? It's a cool little goblin. So yeah, no love there. What's making him attractive? Who likes the Snoop? Snoopy Doo. Cranko. It's played in Cranko. Snoop plus Bogart Harbinger equals Goblin Tudor Town. Ooh, we got the Benson with the real live tech in the house. Let's check that out. We do have to check that out because that seems legit. Let's check out the Harbinger. Isn't there Tudor Town, eh? Isn't there a cheap 7/2 creature with conditional attack blocker that works well with Great Henge? 7/2 conditional attack blocker that works well with Great Henge. Oh, are you talking like the guy that makes you discard a card every turn? Yeah. He's big, right? He's 3 mana. Yes. I think I know the one you're talking about, coach. There's a black one, I think. It's like 1 black and 2. It's like during each of your turns, you must discard a card. It's got a huge downside, but like every time it makes, I guess it makes Henge cost 2 green. That seems really good. I know the guy you're talking about. I really do. He's a 7/6 Rotten Regisaur. Yeah. Yeah, right? That's one of them. And then that's pretty good. I like that line with Great Henge. Holy smokes. Because it like draws you cards anyway. So let's like look at this. I really want to look at this Bogart Harbinger or Harbinger. How you say it? I want to see the Bogart Harbinger. It's black from Lauren. When it comes into play, you may search your library for a goblin card, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. What on earth happens there? So Snoop gains all these abilities? Okay, let's back up here. This is insane. Play with the top card of your library revealed. And then this guy says, when it comes into the battlefield, search your library for a goblin card, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put it on top. Then this guy says you can play with that card revealed, and you may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. And as long as the top spell is a goblin, it has all activated abilities of that card. That's insane. Stuff's insane. That seems really good. Now, like, what does Snoop do for it? Activated abilities of the card. So, is that an activated ability? Can we activate? Go look for a. Can we activate Tutor again? Maybe. When it enters, is that yeah? Snoop checks your top card. If you put Kiki Jiki on top, Snoop makes infinite clones. Oh, neat. Oh, so that's where we go. Richie Dubs with the high tech here. Oh, spelling it out for me. It's early. Brody's into a cup of coffee here this morning. We're checking out the Pioneer list with Richie Dubs, DJ Longhair, Benson, Coach from Coach's Magic, Michael Superbacker, Twiddler, the Earl of Drummer, my man Benson. I think I mentioned Benson. And Ed, the dual brain, the most thickenest man in the game of Magic. Oh, I missed Bob. Hey, sorry I'm late. I'm working downtown today. Hey, Bob. Morning. Appreciate you taking us with you on your adventures today. I hope you've got us on you in your pocket. Brody's just saying, look left, look right. Before crossing the road, look twice. DJ Longhair. All right, we're doing some goblin tech here this morning. I like this conspicuous Snoop on the movers and shakers list here today. Let's check out what they got. A Krenko Mob Boss, Mono Red Goblin. So Commander, Pioneer, Modern. Commander, Legacy, Historic, Vintage Commander. Even in Vintage Goblins. Hello. So this is like a good card to pick up, right? Why not? Like, okay, I seldom recommend cards. I do seldom. recommend cards. Like, I'm not kidding you. This card's pretty good. No love for Bob. No, of course, love. Big loves. Big loves. All sending you big hugs, buddy. All the hugs this morning. Shouting you out. Thanks for taking us with you on your day today, Bob. Appreciate you. Well, look at this card. What do you think of the Conspicuous Snoop? Like, this is a card that's played in all formats. It's played in Commander, Pioneer, Modern, Commander, Legacy, Historic, Vintage. Like, this card, it's probably a decent pickup. I don't have one, but I think I should get one just for the fact that it could be played all over the place. It's been out for a while. I don't know if now is the time to pick it up, but you know what? I know somebody's got 100 copies for $2, so maybe that's a price point to look at, or pick it up in trade. Good card. It's maybe it'll see a reprint. Where are we? Core set 2021 probably see a reprint. I would like to play Legacy Goblins, but here's a card in Pioneer. Let's look at the Pioneer deck list. What do we got? Pioneer deck list. Yeah, look at this card here. It's just like running. It's been running this way forever. And then it's like, boop, hey, I haven't seen a reprint in a while. And then it's like heading this way now. So it might just cruise down. Do you like watching Magic stock charts? Is it boring? Which variant you want? I got you. I don't care. No care. I just want a little Snoopy boy. It's cute. Why not? Let's check out the Pioneer Mono Red Goblins. Which variant do I want? Conspicuous is Brunel. uh Conspicuous. Isn't that derogatory? Let's see here. Conspicuous. Conspicuous. It's bugging. It's bugging. It's bugging me. This friggin' card. Conspicuous, Snoop. I. Isn't that the way, right? This is the way, Bob. This is the way. Conspicuous Snoop. All right, let's do it. This is the way. Thank you for bringing me on your journey today, Bob. Appreciate you as always. It's awesome having a ride in the pocket with anybody who wants to listen about Magic stocks and a few enunciation and pronunciations of Magic cards. It's great. It's some cards are so like you ever sing a song on the radio like how about this one? Slow walking Walter, fire engine guy. Like, do you ever say it's better you tell me now than later, because like a guy will go years saying a card or mispronouncing a card. I mean, don't get me wrong, some cards are really hard to pronounce, but a guy can go like years with like saying a card the wrong way and somebody's like, "No, it's this." And you're like, "Oh my gosh." It's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you were sharing your time and effort with us. This is a lot of fun, like I got yeah, conspicuous. I like it. We pronounce it like you around these parts. Conspicuous? Yeah, I mean it's fun. It's a part of learning, right? Like I don't think I would be able to read like books don't interest me very much. Novels never interested me very much. Uh, Reading in general was very difficult and always has been for me, unless it's like a textbook or like a It sounds bad, like an instruction manual or something. Like, that's fine. But like, yeah, right as Moran, no Mardik, Kadik, Kaida, Standard, Kuldikar. That's a tough one, right? But like magic cards really help me, and I gotta say, I mean, there's probably other people out there, and I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but even as a youngster, like somebody who's very young, picking up magic cards and just having something interesting, a picture, some cool art, and then some text, and then reading the flavor text, it really is engaging, and it's great for me. It helps me read. It helps me, get pronunciation right. Like Rudy said, the sigil. So it's a big part of Magic. It's pretty cool. The sigil is the sigil. The chat box. I love this conspicuous snoop. We're running a modern list today. It's pretty cool. Just I've never checked the modern list. I just don't do it. And the thing is like I don't know the card interactions. So he says like giggle, right? Yeah, and then you got your like own versions of the frigging cards, right? You got like your own name for it. Like this guy could be like, I don't know, Sir Grumpykins, right? You could call this Sir Grumpykins. Sir Grumpykins is a 6/6, cost 2 green and 4. Legendary Phyrexian Praetor, Vorinclex. Ugh. That's on the list too. This was a bomb, hey? This guy was making waves. This guy cost money too, right? Rudy doesn't MTG, that's confirmed. Check out the Vorinclex. So how much is this guy, man? The Vorinclex. This is a Praetor when Praetors were like, let's spend some more bomb ass Praetors. Look at this card. All right. Vorinclex. Monstrous Raider. Gross. This card is just too big to be appreciated. It's so big. It does so much stuff. Look at it. Trample haste. If you would put one or more counters on a permanent player, put twice that many. Okay. Doubling season. There's all kinds of shenanigans here. If any opponent would put one or more counters on a permanent, they put half that many. It's gross. Like, oh my gosh. It's also got trample. It's also got haste. If you can put a counter on it, it gets so many. I guess like what card I like with this card with I really do. Bounty of the Hunt, right? Like remember alliances? I don't know. This isn't Pioneer, Brody, but I can't help myself. This card, the green Force of Will from alliances. Exile a green card from your hand instead of paying its mana cost. Distribute 3+1/+1 counters on among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures. For each counter you put on this way, remove what at the beginning of the next cleanup step. But like, so what? You put 3 on it, then you put 6 counters on it. Then it swings for a dozen. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. If it's not bad. Colossal Dreadmaw all dolled up, right? Richie Dubs ain't buying it, right? No, I'm not offended. It's not at all, Bob. It's cool. It's a little bit of fun. It's good. I gotta be a little spicy. You gotta have a little bit of like, you gotta have a little bit of stash. Like when the guy comes up to me and says, Brody, what's the difference between that cartoon you're drawing there, the Wizards of the Coast fireside chat? Michael Superbacker says, Praetor in the House looks like a cool card, right? This card's wild. I don't own a copy of it. It's something I would want to like open. I'd want to open this. I don't know if I'd want to run out and buy it, but it's because it's expensive, right? But like if I open this, I'd hold on to it for sure. I wouldn't trade it away. I'd keep it because it's played all over the place. Why is it on the? It's a commander card, of course. That's why it's a pioneer. It's a pioneer card masquerading on the commander side. That's all I can say. I don't know if they have a commander list. Do they have a commander list? That's the thing. They don't have a commander list over here, right? So the commander, the unlisted format here for the folks over in this neck of the woods. Pretty great hanging out with you folks today. Today is December 13, 2022. We're doing a little magic stocks and some magic talks here this morning. What else we got on here? Indomitable Creativity. This is a card that's making waves. It's good. This is like a win condition. It is. I'm going to be, look at the time, eh? Man, time cruises when you're having fun. Folks, my time is up. I gotta wind down here on the stream. It's been a slice. It's been really good, but I'm imagining there's probably something going on. Where are we going next here, folks? What's Ed, you got anything going on over your channel? You got a premiere happening this morning? New video out? Anybody? Anything dropping? The half past the hour today? Blow it up in the comment section below, then we could check it out. Let's run a couple of cards. I'm thanking you folks for taking me with you today, on our journey. Morning Magic Stocks and Magic Talks with your host, Brody. High low, sell high. Let's do another card here on the out. Indomitable Creativity. You can't not cover this card. This card's really good, and T Freezy plays it. I think he does. And it's interesting. I don't. It was making waves. Let's see. I gotta check that. Look at the price on this thing, man. Okay, let's. This card was making waves in some formats, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. This card's spicy, right? It's spicy, and it didn't really see much action until like recently. Like, look at this chart. Here's a great card, a great example of like if you had, I think I kind of like this card with what's the other one? It was like 2 red and X. It was the one that allowed you to play a card right behind it at instant speed. It's I tried it in modern for a hot minute, but look at this here, right? This card just like completely running east west, and then like new printing, some new tech, and like boom. So why is this card so cool? All right, sorcery speed, 3 red mana and X. How much are we paying for this? $20. It's a $20 bill now. It's a twin. $20 now. Destroy X target artifacts and or creatures. Just destroy X. For each permanent destroyed this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of their library. So it's controller. They can be your own stuff, right? Until they reveal an artifact or creature and exile that card. So you got like a target in your deck. You got a thing you're going for. Those players put the exile cards onto the battlefield and shuffle their libraries. So they can use this creativity to go get like namesake artifact or creature. And what are we going to get? Indomitable. This is the deck, I guess. It's got Archons in it. The Archon of Cruelty. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks target opponent, sacks a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life. And then all the rest is like planeswalkers, and instants and sorceries and stuff that can't basically hit it. So the Archon is what made this deck good. This 6/6 8 mana Archon, it hits the board, it makes them it does a lot. It really does. So the Indomitable Creativity is seeing some action. Prime 406 games in the house. Hey, thanks for taking us with you this morning, Prime. Appreciate you for showing us a good time at Morning Magic Stocks and Magic Talks. How's my window? I'm Richie Dubs, eh? Let's roll the comment section here for you folks. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. My time is up. It's getting a little bit on past the hour. So I do got to roll. I appreciate you folks for bringing me with you this morning on your adventures this Tuesday. And we won't just see you next Tuesday. We will see you tomorrow here for a little bit of Magic Stocks and some Magic Talks.